Hi there. Happy New Year. I hope you're doing well. I hope you have had a great New Year's Eve celebration. We are going to start the year with a tarot reading. What's better than that? I don't know. So, we're going to look at the general state of the world. This is not a personal reading. This is not for individuals, but I think you can certainly find some big trends and big processes that affect you on an individual level, and we are attempting to identify those big trends in this reading for the year of 2023. If you enjoy this type of content, I encourage you to subscribe to my channel so that you're notified about new videos. I make 2 new videos every week. And if you'd like to support the channel, I recommend that you visit my website and see if there are any reading types that you would like to experience. If you have any questions, feel free to email me or ask me in the comments. All right, so let's get into it. I'm going to give the cards a little bit of a shuffle. I'm using the Klimt Tarot. And I'm going to be using a brush to pick the cards today. So, let's see. Here's the brush. All right, so we're going to attempt to make an assertion. We're going to try and first identify where we all are energetically at this point, virtually in between 2 years, technically already in the new year, but it feels like we're sort of still in between. So let's see what our current energy is at this moment. How does it feel to be here, to be a human on planet Earth at this moment in time in 2023? Okay, so I'm gonna place it over here. And let's see. What is it that the new year can teach us? What's the main lesson? The main takeaway? Okay. And now I would like to switch to another deck of cards so that we have some variety here. Just put it over here. And the next question is, what do we do? What's the guidance for all of us for the upcoming year on a collective level? What is it that we are supposed to be doing to make things better? we all have a responsibility of sorts in how things evolve from here on out. The media and public opinion will have you think that you are powerless, that you are just a little cogwheel in a big system that's completely deterministic and exists independently of you. But that's not true. That's absolutely not true. We all are deities, magicians, and we need to start respecting our own power to affect change locally. Because if you do that, if you make any sort of small local changes in a system, however minute, however minor those changes are, there's going to be a ripple effect throughout the entire system. And the more people do it, the more effective it's going to be. Change does not come from above. We cannot wait for that. It's never going to happen. It's within us. All right. So let's see. What is it like to be here, to be a human being in 2023? What's the main energetic character of our presence? And that's represented by the Three of Pentacles. So it's very earthy and grounded right off the bat. It's pretty good. What's going to be the lesson of 2023? We have the world. All right. And the advice is death. Number 13 of the Major Arcana. All right, so I think on a collective level, we are awakening to what I've just told you about. And the way you can fit into this is just by recognizing within yourself the truth, the resonance of truth that arises when you hear the words that when you unify your efforts, when you join together with other people, you are more powerful than on an individual level. It is so hard for many people in my generation to connect with others. We're all very kind of lonely, if you've noticed, and isolated and atomized. But the good news is that we start the year with the Three of Pentacles energy, which is the exact opposite of that. It represents the utility and the perceived usefulness of connecting with others, not necessarily on an emotional level, not necessarily in a spiritually deep, significant manner, but connecting with others because it makes sense, because together you're stronger. And it is within that mindset that great art and great pieces of work can be produced. The Three of Pentacles is this incredibly practical energy where your focus is on what can be achieved. And in order to make it happen, you are joining forces with other people, you are cooperating. So we can start to think about the evolutionary benefits of cooperation, sort of altruistic behaviors that we can observe in the animal kingdom and in humanity as well. The kind of heartwarming scenes that we sometimes can observe where people come together to help one another out. Often when we think about survival and evolution, it's the idea of competition that we like to focus on. It's obviously an aspect of survival to compete, but it is much more important, and I can see that our focus is right there. It's much more important to see how we can collaborate. It dramatically improves our chances of survival if we put our pride, our ego in the back seat and start to collaborate, start to look for those bridges between us that make it possible for us to communicate, even if we don't love each other, even if we don't, because this is not a sentimental card. So I don't think the cards are speaking about the world peace type of hippy-dippy love. I think it's a very practical, pragmatic reality that unless we make those connections, those pragmatic connections with one another, our chances of survival will diminish. And the lesson that we're learning in the upcoming year of 2023 is represented by this pregnant woman who is a symbolic character representing the world. The world is this effortless unity, this core oneness that lies underneath the mirage, the illusion of separation that we often are bamboozled by. It's hard to get into this trance of I am different than everybody else, my city, my country, my house, my body, my whatever, my mind, my thoughts. It's easy to get into this compartmentalization because this is what reality appears for us to be, but on a deep and unseen level, everything belongs together and everything is in fact one continuous process, also known as a divine entity. So I think the lesson that we are receiving here is regarding that. Understanding that beneath those layers of deception, self-deception really, because it's the universe trying to entertain itself by creating an illusion of fragmentation. So beyond or behind those layers, those Mayan layers of illusion, there's an unbreakable unity. The world is one. everyone you meet, everything that happens to you is you. It's all one thing. And you are more than your body, you are more than your social security number, you're more than your name, your clothes, your possessions. Those are just temporary disguises that you're wearing, and they are going to be dissolved by death. So this is where the death card comes in. The death card is often regarded as a terrifying card, but I always get excited when I see it because it is a true agent of change, of these natural cycles in life whereby the old, the familiar, the obsolete spiritual structures are being destroyed. Not even destroyed, but simply decaying. Death is much less violent or disruptive than the tower, let's say. So death is just a more simple said than done process of letting go, of letting things that run their course leave your life. And on a collective level, it's the recognition that certain practices, certain ways in which we construct our society are simply outdated and are dying. And we are letting go of those dying parts and recognizing the unity underneath. So it looks like we can make some progress this year, and we can all do our part by continuing to recognize the ways in which we are more alike than others, or more alike than different than others. By finding ways to cooperate, even with those that are not close to our heart, by finding a way to amplify our individual knowledge and power, by channeling our energy into other people's work, helping those projects succeed, because all projects are common projects. It's everyone's project. Whatever it is that someone is trying to achieve, if you agree with the direction of it, if you think it's a good initiative, then you can do everything in your power to make it succeed, because it's your project as well. Doesn't matter who came up with it, doesn't matter whose name is associated with it. It's all about survival, I think, at this point. Happy New Year to all of you. Thank you for watching this. Thank you for supporting me in any way that you can. And leave a comment. I always enjoy reading comments. So make sure to say hi. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Thank you. Bye-bye.